Hello and welcome back to the Gym Leader Castle. So now we defeated Brock and I showcased a good amount about how this goes. We're going to streamline the process for this part and not at all see every single match. Yeah, the way it works is every gym leader has 3 trainers you have to fight before you can get to the gym leader, and you can't... one problem that some people might have is that you need to always beat the 3 opponents before, and you can't... like, let's say you beat all 3 opponents but you lose to the gym leader. You go back to the beginning and you have to fight the 3 trainers again, which, yeah, can be definitely a problem. Fortunately, Stadium 2 fixes this by making it so that the trainers usually, gym leaders usually have only 1 or 2 trainers, or none at all in some cases, like Janine.
It also kind of feels backward.
It's funny because, in a sense, this kind of makes each gym leader like their own Elite Four when you think about it.
It's also kind of backward in thinking, because this feature would have been actually immensely helpful in the games, because, you know, even if you fail, it allows you some extra level of grinding if you're in a tight spot, you know, and getting extra money as well.
In here, however...
One of the problems with early Pokemon games, the fact that unless, by the end of the game, unless you keep farming the Elite Four, you don't have a source of income.
I guess it's one of those things where it's just like these games were specifically made so you can really get as most out of your Game Boy games as possible by try your best to create a super awesome team that can take out all these super strong Pokemon we have on Stadium. So, but yeah, no, the way Stadium 2 does it is definitely better.
I guess I can kind of get the logic and like, well, the idea
Thunder
is
Wave, of
that,
course.
well, they treat each one kind of like their own mini bout here and there, so it's like, it's more like 4 rounds of a boss as opposed to just 3 trainers on the boss.
That's why...
The logic I see in that.
That's why for this part, I'm just going to streamline the process and just show the gym leader battles themselves. Is it down and out?
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's sealed.
Damn, that was quite a scream.
The remaining
That's not how Seal is supposed to sound.
Seals possessed you.
Well, that's a higher quality version of the cry Seal has in Gen 1. So
there you go. That's
I
just what
severely taste out on the, you know, higher quality bit.
I guess the idea is like, well, when we're usually hearing it on the Game Boy version, it's highly compressed. We're here, it's uncompressed, and well...
Oh, okay, more like, you remember, everything is 8-bit, so it's mostly that, and instead in here it's translated in a form using actual, you know, the sound bits of the Nintendo 64.
Remember, instead of 8-bit, now it's 8 squared. It's 64-bit, baby.
and down goes Zapdos.
Alas.
That's okay. I have Venusaur in mood too. In fact, I think I'm gonna use Venusaur if I remember correctly. Let me see. Yes.
Oh, you're just gonna knock him down and make him cry, aren't you?
Yes. Okay. A Razor Leaf should do. There you go.
Christ, Venusaur, what's up with your eyes?
Venusaur is incredibly intense and determined.
Like, seriously, that's some King K. Rool energy. So apparently whenever Venusaur attacks in this game, his eyes just go bloodshot. Like, damn, he is out.
Venusaur is pissed, guys.
It's like what Kadikaros had to say about Entrance. What kind of eye disease you can have? Conjunctivitis, you know, arthritis, or seeing a doctor?
Receive the key from Misty and open up Surge's tower.
Also, it's weird, but the castle reminds me a bit of Hollow Bastion's castle.
I actually get instead a reminder because of the Serpent Way from the other world in Dragon Ball Z.
Alright, so once again, now we have to fight Vermilion Gym, but again, we're going to skip straight to Surge.
I'm surprised you still kept Blastoise around, or can you not swap out Pokemon when, you know, you're traveling along the path?
You can. Every time you finish a gym, you get a chance to. But I don't really need it. I mean, I've created a well-balanced team that can basically take it down. Again, Jova, I have a max stats Mewtwo. Like, worst case scenario, I just have my Mewtwo destroy the competition, and there you go.
It's kind of like Jova towards the end of Digimon Adventure 01, where when they had to fight Piedmon, you know, they were like, let's just use, you know, Digimon and Jewumon, and we'll have, you know, work as a reserve.
I guess this should be
Pedro, you fool! All Pikachu has to use now is the horn as an electronic.
Turns out Surge's Pikachu in this game has Surf.
Okay, I'll give him credit. He fought ahead.
Expectation subverted.
Even then, sorry, Pikachu.
Yo, the mascot. Also, Surge, why are you using a Pikachu instead of, you know...
I think he also has
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. And this one also has Surf, so...
Again, you know,
also.
I guess it's because they expect that you would bring a ground type for obvious reasons, so...
Yeah.
I can't
Wash
imagine.
them out.
Oh shit. I guess this wasn't really prevalent, especially also in the anime, but you know, in general when they make it to the English language. But apparently, in most of the other, you know, in both the original Japanese and a lot of the other, you know, languages Pokemon are translated, Surge is supposed to be basically kind of like Guile from Street Fighter, and as such, has a lot of random English words spruced in between his language, and it's kind of distracting.
The design definitely checks out.
And now Body Slam. Yeah, one thing you'll notice throughout this playthrough is that the AI in these two games loves to rely on paralysis.
Well, you know, that makes sense.
There's a message forward here somewhere.
The enemy can't hurt you if they flipping can't do a thing.
Yep.
So one's paralyzed and one's asleep.
Fast asleep.
Riveting.
It's building energy for the next attack.
Oh boy.
Intense battle continues.
Alright, time for Solar Beam. Let's see what Raichu does. Nope, still asleep.
Move again.
Usually at least for 2 turns, if I recall correctly.
Oh snap.
The bear.
Taste the sun.
Basically, yeah.
There's a
But
big difference in
the thing, okay, yeah, I noticed also during the animation where he was attacked, it seems that Bulbasaur's model is programmed to have 2 states, one about normal, and every time there's a, you know, a chance of, you know, attacking or being attacked, the eyes become bloodshot. Feels very odd.
Again, I don't recall him ever having bloodshot eyes in Gen 6.
It's because I really get the feeling.
Gen 6.
I really get the feeling that when HAL Laboratory made this game, you know, they knew that the big marketing selling point was going to be you get to see your Pokemon from your Game Boy games in 3D. So they made sure they would make the animations as impressive as possible to really, you know, make you feel like, yeah, we totally nailed that selling point. Because remember, that was the whole selling point of these two games back then, you know?
Kinda weird that they saved Electro to Surge's last Pokemon. Like, come on, Raichu's is iconic, man.
Well, remember, in the original games, Surge only has 3 Pokemon with him, so in order to have 6, because you have to always have 6 Pokemon for these matches, they have to give him more Pokemon, so...
Oh, I get that. What I mean is that I'm surprised that he sent out I'm surprised that he sent out Electrode as his last one, because Raichu's his significant one. Like, I'm surprised that one didn't come out last.
It's received the key from Surge and opened up Erica's tower. It's because the AI always picks a bunch of random Pokemon, except for a couple ones. Like, for example, there's going to be later an opponent in here, a cool trainer that has a Mew, and he always picks Mew every time. Not always at first, but again, like, so there is some randomness to what Pokemon they bring out to battle, basically.
Erica's head is huge in this game.
I guess it's to keep you guessing in that regard, you know.
Ken, buddy, I love your artwork, but what have you done with Erica?
Remember, this is early days Ken Sugimori too.
Damn.
Remember, all of this art is the actual proper original art that he made while Gen 1 was being made. Like, what you're seeing is Ken Sugimori in his early days.
Basically, what you see, what you get.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think there's a really strong charm because, and don't get me wrong, I still love Ken Sujimura's art to this day. It's just that the very painterly look of these early illustrations has a very unique charm to them that you don't.
No, it is. My problem is that when faces and body proportions dive straight into the uncanny valley.
Well, it's kind of like how it's. Well, I'll tell you. You can say that like artists refine their art over the years. So.
I will say it's interesting also seeing how this was HAL Laboratory.
What now?
For those who don't know, HAL Laboratory would later go on to do Smash Brothers, so...
The first two specifically.
It's obvious where they got some of the
They're very
models from
versatile as a
those
company,
games.
so they can do...
They also worked on the Kirby games at this
I
point.
could have sworn HAL Laboratory were involved with the later Smash games as well. I mean, obviously not as much...
No, Brawl. No, Brawl was the first one to be developed by Sora Limited.
One thing they did around the era Jova of the Smash 3DS and Wii U was the Box Boy series, a set of puzzle games that I actually really enjoyed.
Remember, this was actually one of those games that Satoru Iwata worked when we was at HAL Laboratory before he became the president of Nintendo later.
It's interesting how it's all connected in some way.
Just notice that the poison effects in this game are green, I guess because acid rather than being purple.
Oh well, don't worry, Tail. If you go with Sludge is purple. I guess what they wanted to is since acid and Sludge are two different things.
God! I don't want to see Gloom opening his eyes.
I actually do appreciate that because it would have been so easy for them to just make both acid and sludge look the same, just reuse the animation, but at the very least they did color one of them differently, just just to make sure just by seeing the attack what attack is it. Again, the primary selling, if there's one thing you can definitely give this game, is that the main selling point, watching your Pokemon move and attack in 3D, was definitely something that the developers definitely prioritized, because it still looks good, I will argue. I mean, obviously it has the limitations of a Nintendo 64 game, but honestly, there's quite a lot of good visual flair to the way the characters move and the attacks themselves,
God damn.
Again, like I said, the developers want you to be impressed by how 3D and awesome the animations are.
I gotta give Charizard credit, he hung in there. I mean, granted, he is the best Gen 1 starter, so it only makes sense he would show off a remarkable performance.
Received the key from Erica and opened up Koga's Tower. Yeah, this is basically Pokemon Gym Leaders and Atlas Edition. Just climb the tower all the way to the end.
I basically always, I think I mentioned this in the past, but I always had this kind of vendetta effect that as younger, while I was younger, I always believed, Sabrina was the fifth giant team that you could actually go into directly, because when you're in the path, you can potentially, do that if you finish the Silph, side quest stuff,
you can actually do Sabrina as your fourth gym leader.
That as well.
Yeah.
And instead, Koga, since you need to get a bit out of your way to actually get into his town.
I actually did have the wiseness of actually taking a look at the badges screen, and because they actually numbered the actual proper order, so I did actually went by order because I guess this is the order the game wants me to do them, so I guess we'll go.
To be fair, I didn't check that much. Also, I noticed two things. One, these nicknames are chosen interesting on this part, and two, apparently he has a Ditto.
Yes. Well, my guess is they ran out of.
Cool.
I guess they ran out of ideas for what Pokemon to give him. I don't know.
I also wonder if they want to play on the Ninja Leaf because Ditto can transform into anything, copy, like anyone else.
Probably that's kind of what they're doing. Taught it.
I need to try to use the Force.
Mewtwo shtick, given he's
remember Mewtwo. Every time Mewtwo uses That's the thing, was Mewtwo, the Mewtwo using the Kamehameha animation for attacks is something that also is done in the first movie with Shadow Ball. So, there you go. So basically what I usually do when I put in as a Ditto is, I change the Zapdos so that Ditto becomes a Zapdos, and then I can just use my Rhydon to completely destroy Ditto. Because my Zapdos doesn't really stand a chance against my Rhydon. So, there you go. Yeah, basically that
goes to show. It doesn't matter if you are legendary, you're still fallible to the types.
Yeah, this is another interesting thing about Pokémon Stadium 1. In Pokémon Stadium 1, instead of saying the whole "it doesn't affect" message, they just say the attack misses. Don't get me wrong, gameplay-wise, it still works the exact same way as the Game Boy games. It's just that they say the attack miss instead of "it doesn't affect." Pokémon Stadium 2 obviously fixes this. It's weird. I guess somebody in the development team didn't get the memo that it's different terms, but the actual way it works is still the same. So don't worry about it. It's a non-issue. Oh, Weezing. Okay. Well, I might as well keep Rhydon on. Why not? Hyper Beam. And there we go.
Jeez, Ted, did you blow out your throat there?
I love Ted in these games, though. Like, you can tell he's definitely giving 100%.
Was the same, and you know the localizers were like, okay, Ted, you kind of need to overact a bit.
No, but that's the thing. I would love it if they did something like this again. To be honest, like, because I genuinely believe having something like this livens up the battles a bit more, you know?
I understand the appeal, but to me it's kind of like the same thing as the announcer also in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Cute, and I sure it has its fan, but it's not for me, and I'm glad that I can turn it off, just like, you know...
Oh, sure, you can... Oh, sure, you can turn it off in this game, too. Oh, sure. I feel like if they implement it in, let's say they implement it in Gen 10, hypothetically, like, as long as they allow you to turn it off, you know, might as well, right?
Alright, next.
Gamer.
Yeah, basically I showed the fight against Biker because, you know, like, I figured he actually did have a...
Oh, I guess it was the Biker who had the D10 not Koga.
No.
My bad.
Yeah, my bad as well. I actually also missed that as well.
Yeah, this makes more sense for him to have.
I wanted to show the Ditto bit, just shows like because, you know, that's my usual tactic in these games whenever I character as a Ditto. Like I set the trap for them basically. All right, so. Yeah, my Mewtwo should basically demolish this entire party, so let's go. There you go. Tormach. Yeah, if I remember correctly... Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think Koga will not be able to do a single thing in this match. So, yeah, Venom off, yeah. There you go.
It's 80-80.
I actually really like Koga's arena, the poison, you know, waterfall.
Just breathe that in.
Which makes me wonder, did they really put money into providing all this toxic sludge here? Like, okay, yes, for the sake of theming, for the sake of commitment, we will include all this goddamn poison that will pretty much kill anyone who so much as trips into this.
I'm more interested by between this and a lot of rare games like Conker's Bad Fur Day or Donkey Kong 64. Nintendo games, Nintendo 64 kind of love to have these kind of sludge textures all over the place.
Yep. And there we go.
Like a Nickelodeon.
Well, you know, kids liked slime back in the day.
I guess.
I mean, that is literally what Nickelodeon marketed their game shows off of.
Alright, so that's Fushia Gym. Receive the key from Koga and open up Sabrina's tower. Alright, so Sabrina. Now this one is a tougher one to get through.
I bet.
again, for Gen 1 standard, psychic type are completely busted.
Yeah.
Sure, weak to bug and everything, but good luck finding a decent kind of bug type.
Although, Sabrina, what the hell's up with your nose and outfit in that portrait?
Yeah. In fact, let me actually take a quick look. On Gen 1 artwork.
Oh, like, I mean, just on the top of that outfit, that looks nothing like Sabrina's iconic Gen 1 outfit.
I saw her anime self and what she did.
No, but seriously though, her face doesn't even look right. It looks like it got smushed into Play-Doh.
I guess you can say, like I said, Ken still had, you know, some practice to do.
The Saffron Gym Leader and the Mistress of Psychic Pokemon. Try not to get
Alright, let me
trampled by
see.
psychic
Yeah, I found it.
Here we go.
Bulbapedia should have it. Yeah, here we go, found it. Here we go. According to Bulbapedia, this is the headshot from Red and Blue. That's right here on Bulbapedia. So, yeah.
Weird. No, that really does not match her.
I guess, Jova, like Pedro said, early designs, so it's more like a case of as you know, just as soon as the Western version, the artwork in general was improved across the board and included some character portraits.
It's weird though because like, okay, looking at the full body sprite, even still, you know, like, that looks more like she's wearing a kimono for the portrait that we see in Pokemon Stadium, but the sprite looks more like the iconic bodysuit that she has.
If it helps you, they fixed that for Stadium 2, because in Stadium 2 she definitely looks a bit better.
Neither one is conceding an inch.
So let me...
Also, in case you're wondering, Goods, her outfit in the anime doesn't match her Gen 1 outfit either, technically.
And it's down.
Oh, sorry about the name changing a few bits here and there.
There's a difference in the
guess.
number
Basically,
of
yeah.
reserve Pokemon.
Yeah, no, I've never seen any portrait of her that suggests that she's wearing something that has a collar like that, like kimono style.
Okay, Kadabra. Okay, so the basic gist of it is this. Like I've already been showing, the thing about Psychic-type Pokemon is that they usually don't have very strong physical defense. So take advantage of that.
A savage hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Down. That didn't take much.
See, this is... See,
Oh, Kadabra, I've had a bit of a chance, but no, you pulled us through with your head.
See, Earl taught me well. I'm exploiting the Pokemon's weakness of lack of physical defense.
Seriously, like, the eyes aren't even on balance here. Like, everything about her face just looks...
It's one of those images with the more you look at it, the more things that are wrong you see.
Pretty much.
I guess it really is a case of early installment weirdness. Receive the key from Sabrina up on Blaine's tower.
See, now Blaine, he looks fine.
Yep.
Especially compared to whatever the fuck they did to him in Puzzle League.
Yeah.
That
Well, his thing in Puzzle League is like how he looked in the anime too, so that's more so the anime.
Again, it begs the question, well, why did he look so different in the anime then?
I have no fucking clue. Remember, they named Lorelei Prima for reasons that I have yet to understand. In Puzzle League, they corrected that by calling her Lorelei because, you know, that's who she fucking is. I'm still kind of miffed that Lance never showed up in the anime. That was such a missed opportunity.
He did show up recently for the tournament and got beaten very badly by I forgot the name. He was beaten at the first round, basically.
Yeah, I remember seeing Agatha, but back in the day as well. But I don't remember. But yeah, Lance. They took their sweet time to finally have Lance in the anime. There you go. Bye, Charizard. I think so. Maybe. No. Okay.
Oh, nope.
This Charizard is a bit tougher than most of them. Okay. Again, in this particular arena, yeah, this is actually very similar to the one he has in the anime. Actually, you know, with the flames and all that shit. So yeah, this is very on point. And the script, the walls have a lot of you know, God, what's this badge's name again?
Cinnabar Island.
No, the name of the badge.
He's asking for the name of the badge.
The volcano badge.
That's it, volcano badge. Thank you.
Different types.
I mean, yeah, the entirety of Cinnabar Island is basically a town living under a giant volcano. What could possibly go wrong with that? Literally 2 years later.
Like fighting poses.
Submission.
You know, believe it or not, that's the thing. The biggest problem Cinnabar had in Gen 1 wasn't the volcano, but a certain legendary Pokemon who kind of wrecked stuff bad. Thanks, Mewtwo.
Okay.
Of course, Clefable pulls out a super effective move in Metro from fucking rubber banding AI.
Exactly.
Fable's just dickish like that. It has lasted into Gen 7 as well with Lucamine's Clefable, and it will probably stay that way forever.
Alright, let's just psychic our way through this.
Vigorous attack.
And you'll notice too that Mewtwo even has one of those anime angry pulsating veins.
Anime
So
polls,
yeah. Again, again, you can definitely tell that the animators definitely went to town with this one.
What'll it do?
It waved its hand at him and burned him with fire blast.
I love how I love how absolutely shonen intense Mewtwo's animations are. Like every single move of this is done incredibly intense. Like for example, he gets hurt, but then he shrugs it off, and he looks super intense, and you know, yeah. Look at that.
Emphasize just how cool he is.
Yeah.
There it goes.
I love how when he gets slammed against the window in a Smash game, he looks more confused than actually hurt.
There's only one Pokemon left in reserve.
All right, next up, Arcanine.
Oh, it's Arcana. The remaining Pokemon.
All right, this should be relatively simple. I'm paralyzed, but I should still. Oh, of course. Okay, so what now then?
Wait, hold on. It does have the prompt. Oh wait, never mind. It always says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you switch to Zapdos, it will be completely new vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Might as well.
Oh, it's Zapdos.
Imagine if Pokemon trainers could just do that in the anime.
What's this? Oh, that's a man.
I guess that wouldn't be sporting.
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle?
That's the thing. Usually the thing they do in the anime is... It's a weird thing that they do a lot of times in the anime, like especially in Indigo League. A lot of times they send out their first Pokemon,
What now?
and then when one Pokemon faints, the other trainer like, okay, that's enough. Like, and then he takes... Wait, why are you taking out your Pokemon already? I mean, your Pokemon looks like he still has plenty of stamina left. Like, sometimes they just have like...
kind of operate on this idea that you know, when it comes to, they don't want their Pokemon to actually faint, so they have the equivalent of their, you know, red HP zone, and they don't want to go lower than that, because again, they want to reinforce the idea of bonding with the Pokemon as well, so
I guess.
we want to treat them as our friend and don't want to see them too much hurt.
There you go.
Weird that he didn't have Magmar. I'm pretty sure he has.
I think he had, but he said he chose a Clefable.
Yeah, he didn't. He has, but he didn't bring it out.
He chose Clefable instead of Magmar.
I guess he wanted to make sure he didn't just come in with just.
It's a Giovanni with 2 ends, the fucking game.
I'm guessing he thought, okay, if I just bring in fire Pokemon, you know, I'm basically a sitting duck. So I might as well bring a Clefable for variety's sake. Yeah. All right, everybody. In the next part, we finish off Giovanni, the Elite Four, and the rival. And to get ourselves a reward, an interesting reward. So tune in for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.